Hello everyone. Okay, so this is our simple gear train with idler gear. And this is a very nice picture of what it looks like, and it's what it looks like when we build them in class. And these are the questions with answers that we need to have in our engineering notebook. So number one, input and output shaft, what is the relationship? They are parallel to each other. So here's the shaft, and here's the shaft. And they are all parallel to each other. The speed is constant and the torque is constant. And the reason is because this gear and this gear are the same size. Now if you notice, question number 2 is skipped here, but it's labeled right here in the picture. And this is the crank back here attached to this gear. Therefore, this is the drive gear. Okay? This is the idler gear. And this is the driven gear. It's the follower, okay? So the ratio is this one to this one, the drive and the driven. So it's 1 to 1 because they're the same size. The flow of power, is it reversible? Well, I'm going to show you mine right here live. And if I spin this one, okay, then they all turn. Now if you notice, this one, the drive gear, and this one, the driven gear, turn in the same direction, okay? They are turning in the same direction. Now that idler gear is going the opposite direction, okay? Now the flow of power. Is the flow of power reversible? Well, if I'm turning this, and I can turn it either way, okay, that's that. Now the flow of power being reversible is dependent on if I can turn this driven gear and make it still do what it does. And I sure can. Okay, I can turn it this way, and I can turn it this way, and it still works the same way. So the flow of power is reversible. Input and output gears, like I just showed you, that's your input, your drive gear, and your output, your driven gear. They turn in the same direction. And the idler gear, if we took the idler gear out, then we would just have a simple gear train. And then these two would turn in opposite directions. Okay, let's keep going. Where do you find a simple gear train with idler? Okay, this is a simple gear train. The idler gear is right here. Okay, and here is an example, paper transport rollers. So think about your paper towel dispenser at school. That would have an idler gear in there to ensure that the paper flows the right way. So you have those gears right here all meshed together. There's your simple gear train with idler in there. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, these questions need to be answered on page 8 of your notebook. And I will create an assignment for that to get turned in.